So this cold DM strategy completely changed our business. We were able to get over 26 sales calls 1 week, and we're closing 7 new clients every single week with this one secret Instagram method that's growing our business like crazy. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys exactly our cold DM strategy, walk you through our entire cold DM script, and show you how to send out cold DMs the correct way so that people actually answer and book on your calendar. So let's hop into Google Docs right now, and I'll show you exactly what our step-by-step guide is. So basically, with our cold DM script, like I said, we're able to completely fill our calendar, get 26 sales calls in just 1 week. Now, cold DMing is a strategy that a lot of people don't capitalize on because a lot of people think it doesn't work anymore, but it works if you do it the correct way. And if you get a system to set it up correctly with lead generation and the correct script, it could turn into an appointment booking machine. So in this video, we're going to dive into our exact process on how we send cold DMs, and we're going to look at some conversations that we had in the past so you guys can just understand and use it in your own business. But before we get into that, let me show you the exact diagram we use so you guys can visualize how we find leads and turn them into clients on Instagram. So I'm going to show you a Miro right now. So this is exactly our 4-step process, which is super simple. So first, we optimize our Instagram, which means our bio is clean and we consistently post every single day. We, of course, then find leads. So we have to find leads, and we go onto other accounts. I'll show you exactly how to do this. We go onto other accounts in your niche and message the likes on their top videos, urging them to take a look at our offer, right? And the third step is we send messages. So we send messages out with a super simple script that anyone can say yes to. It's super easy to get people to respond to. Then after that, of course, we book the calls. Now, we use our simple script. We book the calls with them in our Go High level, and that's basically exactly what we do. So let's talk about our first step, which is optimizing your Instagram. So you must make sure your bio is clean and easy to understand, and it shows people exactly what you do and how you help them. So I'm going to show you our Instagram to show you exactly why it works pretty well. So I'm going to go back here and let's take a look at our Instagram here. Now, mind you, we only have 711 followers, less than 1,000 followers, and we've gotten tons of people into our program because everything is completely optimized. So you can see here, we tell people that we help 9-to-5ers and beginners start and scale SMMAs. Very simple. That's the first thing we say here. And the reason why they're here is if they are a 9-to-5er or they want to start and scale their agency and it's not working so hot, we can help them do that. Now, we show the fact that we scaled 10 plus agencies. We had over 50 clients served. And of course, we link them to book a call with us. Now, if you guys want our one-on-one help to scale your own business and your agency, click the link below and book a call with us. Shameless plug. But basically, that's exactly what we want to do. Now, to make sure our bio is optimized, you can see here that we post about 10 to 15 posts per day, which is insane. So the more you post on Instagram, the better it is because Instagram in and of itself rewards the volume more than anything. It's way more volume oriented than YouTube. So that's what happens there. Now you can see here, we also have the blue check. I highly recommend, it's like $10 a month, but highly recommend you just pay for that blue check. It just adds so much credibility and authority to your page, and people know that you're a real person and not some sort of spammer or scammer, right? So that's a big thing there. Now, like I said about posting, you should at least be posting 3 to 5 times per week for 3 weeks before you start sending any cold DMs. Because the thing is, though, you need to make sure you tell Instagram that you're a real person and the people you reach out to can trust you are who you say you are, right? If you don't consistently post, it completely drops your reply rate and ruins your results. So if you take one thing from this, make sure that if you want to do Instagram outreach, you must post while doing it. You can't just have an Instagram that's blank, it looks like trash, and start posting because your Instagram is your digital business card that everybody needs to see before they work with you. That's just how it is nowadays. All right, so now that you have that down, let me show you our super simple and direct cold DM script. I'm going to show you the DM script here. I'm also going to show you the DM script in our actual DMs in Instagram. So here's our exact cold DM script broken down. So the first thing we do, let me actually zoom in here so you guys can see a little better. So the first thing here is we say, hey, they say their name. I say, hope you're doing well. Just curious, do you happen to know anyone who wants to start a marketing agency/coaching business? Now, we say this because we use the Hormozy style where we ask someone if they know someone instead of asking them directly. So this is perfect because if they're not interested, they can still connect us with somebody who is. So it's a perfect way to actually scale and get more people through by just asking if they know someone. It's a lot less direct, right? And then, of course, he replied, said, maybe I'm starting. Now, what I want you guys to realize is this is very direct. We don't want to have these really crazy openers that like just are weird. No, we just want to be straight to the point. But we also want you to understand that this is very short, right? We don't want to send an entire paragraph or essay to somebody because that's not going to work. They're not going to read all that, right? I would highly recommend to also not send voice messages and to not send videos. Because the thing is, though, if you send voice messages or videos, it's a lot more effort for them to kind of figure out what you want. So people just want to take a look real quick and just see what it is. That's all all they want to do. So you want to make it as simple and clean as possible. You just want to throw the offer out there and make it easy for them to say yes or no, pretty much. So then after that, of course, he replied. He said, maybe I'm starting. And then we hearted and we said, okay, awesome. So we have a basically free course coaching program. We did our whole spiel, our whole pitch. Now this is kind of long, but it's pretty simple. So what we accomplish here is we say what we offer. We say basically the price for the lead magnet, which is completely free. And then what we say, do you want to hop on a quick call so we can talk about it? That's really it. That's all it is. And once you have all this, it's very, very concise and easy. And people, how could you say no to that? Because if we market it as a completely free system, when people come in, they're gonna be like, oh wow, this is really cool. So basically what you wanna have is an amazing offer. If your offer isn't good, it's not gonna work, right? So then after he said that, or he saw that, he said, yeah, of course. And then we said, how about it's 1 p.m. today or 1 p.m. tomorrow? So then after that, he just explained what time works for him. We can figure it out from there, and that's pretty much it. So it's a very simple process to do this. Now, you can see our system, like I said, is very simple and pretty much just hook people in with our offer. Like I said, the backbone of your business is your offer. And if you guys are having trouble building a great offer, like I said, click the link below, shameless plug, hop on a call with us, and we'll kind of figure out where you're at. And we'll show you exactly how we scaled our own agency so you can just use the same systems that we use, right? So that's our basic script. Now let's talk about the KPIs and numbers you need to look at when actually doing these numbers. So basically you want to send at least 100 DMs per day from one account, right? If you don't send at least 100 DMs per day, your growth is not going to be very exponential, right? So I say at least 100 DMs per day is perfect. And you want to have at least a 5% response rate. If your response rate isn't 5%, then something's going on here. Maybe you're doing something wrong with your messaging or the type of leads you're getting, but it should be at least 5% here. And out of that 5%, you should get at least 20% of them to hop on a call with you. So basically on those numbers, it's a very simple structure and a very simple way to generate, let's say 2 to 3 appointments per day if you're actually sending out about 100, maybe 150 messages per day, which is very simple. And you could, of course, automate this with VAs and systems and automatic texting and things like that. But I won't dive into that in this video, right? So basically we go there. So then after that, you're going to want to think about scaling, right? So after you start sending DMs from one account, you're going to hit a limit you can send per day. It always happens. And once you hit that limit, definitely back off and try again the next day because you don't want to go above the limit because Instagram might ban you. So you're going to need to buy some Instagram accounts and warm them up to start scaling and sending out more and more DMs for your systems, right? So what we do is we buy accounts from a place called bulkaccountsbuy.com. Now, I'll totally be honest, this website does look a bit scammy. It does, but it is completely trustworthy. We literally bought some accounts yesterday. I'm not even lying. Yesterday we bought some, and they were very, very good. But I would say definitely use PayPal or a third-party payment processor because you want to make sure your information is safe, right? But just go through here. You can select options here, and you can select the type of Instagram accounts you want. Now, I highly recommend that you want to get aged Instagram accounts because these Instagram accounts are going to be warmed up, and they're already going to be ready to use. So you have aged Instagram accounts that are going to be a lot more trustworthy. You could use, like, let's say 10 accounts. It's not that expensive. It's like $32, right? So $32 for 10 accounts you can use to start sending out different systems as well. Now, you have to set them up correctly and have a correct warm-up process. And like I said, you could hop on a call with us and we'll show you exactly how the warm-up process works. But you must warm them up and then make sure they're ready to buy or ready to use. Then after that, you pretty much just automate the process by hiring VAs and systems like that, right? So that's exactly how we're able to pretty much fill our calendar pretty consistently over the past couple of weeks here, as you can see. So yeah, guys, I hope this video gives you guys a lot of value. I highly recommend to start doing some cold DMs and start pushing some stuff out. And I'll see you guys in the next video.